What's good, y'all? It's room service. We back. Got a real special show for y'all today. Got to bring on some of my blood. First off, I got to bring up Dub. I always talk about him and random things that he say. So I'm bringing him on. This has been my cousin for forever. I was there when he was born, changing diapers. Maybe we'll get into that. Here you go. What's
Can
good,
I
Dub?
get some room service, please? Yay.
Hey, that's what's up. How much you paying though?
Yo.
Uh,
Amex? Charge the Amex.
Okay. All right. We got Dub on the show. As you can tell, he is a Niner fan.
Big Niner game. Let's do
Let
it.
him know
Bang,
what it is.
bang.
Bang,
Ooh.
bang. Let him know. All right. So this next guest, this one is a little bit different here. Also, my cousin. Also, his whole entire life. I ain't changed his diapers. We're the same exact age. But the team he roots for, I mean, it couldn't get more rivalry than this. It's the angry Cowboys fan.
Mm.
What's good, my guy?
What's up, cuzzo? What's up with y'all, man? I ordered me some room service, man. It's still not here yet, but
Ordered you some room service. It's all good. I mean, I'm glad you're able to join the show today. But I mean, if you wasn't, then I was gonna have to do this to you. Matter of fact, I'm gonna do it anyway.
2nd and 10. They go out.
Oh,
And he
yeah.
is swapped
Oh,
right
yeah.
after the handoff exchange by Greenlaw. But 3rd and 13 to start.
You know what we do them, boys.
Mm.
This
Mm.
one-
Dak,
oh, yeah.
get
Oh, yeah.
off of it, Dak.
Mm.
That Bosa.
Nick Bosa
You
got to
know
him
that
back at the
Bosa.
10-yard line.
He has to get off the ball. I'm not even gonna. That was last year.
All right. First off, the person I was playing that game, the quarterback, Jimmy G. We gonna talk about him first.
He
Just
lost
a
to
little bit.
Jimmy G.
We gonna get in a little bit more of them Cowboys a little bit later. But right now, Jimmy G, we gotta talk about him. First, I want to ask Dub, how do you think his season has been halfway through?
I think Jimmy G is having one of his better seasons, and I don't mean in the sense of like the way of his exact play style. I mean in the way if he's approaching the game. He's approaching the game in more of an aggressive sense, trying to change his narrative in a sense. So I like that. I like seeing that. Yeah, he's made some bad mistakes trying to do that, but at the same time, I believe he's had the most downhill throws so far. We're only halfway through the season that he's had in his whole career. Like he's actually trying to get him downfield. So yeah, I'm liking this Jimmy G. I'm liking it.
Okay.
He's fighting.
All right,
I was fighting.
I'm gonna give my take in a second. From a Cowboys fan, from outside looking in, how does it look to you?
Like Dub said, he looked more aggressive. I will give him that. He has made some terrible throws. But I mean,
Don't make
I
me
guess
show
he
'em.
want to step out of the game manager role to try to win a game. So you can't be mad at him for trying to win the game, but when he don't have to, he don't need to. And it's like sometimes he tries to win the game without needing to try to win it, and then the defense has to pick up for him, and that don't work all the time.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
But
Yeah.
I will give him. He's playing for his career because I think that he knows this is his last stop. Like he might go somewhere and fight for a backup job after this, but this might be his last stop.
I'm gonna piggyback on that, John. I'm gonna say what I'm saying is the fact that we went through the off season and nobody really pushed to try and grab him. A lot of people wanted to say it was injury, but I don't really necessarily think it was injury. I just think that nobody wanted to really make a major push for a contract or a trade for a quarterback they don't think as a franchise, quote unquote, quarterback. Which in actuality, he's not actually a franchise. Exactly. He's not a franchise quarterback to be trying to pay that much or make even trade picks for like that. But at the same time, he is a quarterback that will get the job done, and he's better than quite a few quarterbacks that's in the league right now. I will take over. I will take Jimmy over. Trust.
Oh yeah,
I believe that.
Okay,
for sure.
All right. Well, I actually agree with most of that. Actually, dang near all of it because Jimmy's season this year, I feel like he just let go of a lot of the nerves and just like this is my last chance. I'm not even gonna be here next year regardless. I'm gonna just go out here and ball. For one, his contract every game that he wins, he gets more money. That's how the contract works. It's like $900,000 or something like this. It's like something crazy that he gets like per win. And if he throws a certain amount of touchdowns, because he was only here to be our backup. So if your backup is able to start putting up starter numbers, they're like, okay, well, we're gonna sign you for cheap. But if you end up doing all this extra stuff, we'll pay you for it. Well,
that's the incentive right there.
Trey went down, and it's Jimmy's season. So it is what it is. And honestly, he's playing that way. Like you said, John, he does give terrible throws, and his decision making sometimes is the absolute worst. But for our team and the way that we're schemed up, it's enough to get us to anything. And now with the addition of Christian McCaffrey, I feel like it's gonna overtake some of Jimmy's mistakes, because he's gonna have a whole nother playmaker out there that's gonna be able to help him.
Yeah, you could just throw it to in the flat. He'll go 30-something yards on top of Debo.
He specializes in throwing screens, throwing in the flats, throwing quick slants. That's just who he is. And he's been doing it more efficient. He's been doing it more efficient.
You guys have said before,
so I haven't been mad at him a whole lot. Not a whole lot.
As you guys have said before on the show, and as we Niner fans know, long as we don't put Jimmy G in the position to try and have to come back win or start forcing throws, he's a pretty good quarterback when he's in a game controlled situation. Yeah. When you put it on his back and it's like, all right, look, Jimmy, we need you to be Rodgers. We need you to be Brady now. we need you to be somebody great now. It's like
he'll be Mr. Rodgers.
It's like, dang, that's tough. That's tough. But when it's like, Jimmy, all right, just be you, manage the game. Look, if you see something down there, go ahead, let it fly. He rock, he ball.
He does. And one of the reasons why, like I said before, Christian McCaffrey. So I do want to talk about him just for a little bit before we get into some of the Cowboy stuff. Excuse me, but yeah. So Christian McCaffrey, he's a new addition. Only been on our team for about 2 weeks. And last week he had one of the best, if not the best game of his career, because man, at least for a Niner, like we ain't never really seen nothing like that before. For him,
how do y'all pull off that
in all categories like that? And I was playing against this man on my fantasy team. Like he's the reason I lost, but it was hard. I had to root it for him and against him. It's tough.
John, that's one of those where, and out in my heart, I believe that's just one of those ones that's the player asked trade. That was the player asked trade right there.
Please get me out of here.
It was a get me out of here and give me some place that I want to go to. And definitely San Francisco was major on his list. And honestly, if we want to bring up another player in a second, I don't know how you got this squabble here, Sticks, but in a sense, he's a free agent. It's not a trade, but ODB, he's being shopped right now. And the Niners are one of the teams that has talked within these teams. But like I said, in his terms, I feel like he wants to go to the Bills. So it's a player option
OBJ.
thing. Yeah, OBJ. But for Christian McCaffrey, I know he wanted to come to the Niners. So for him asking for a trade, wanting a trade, we having the option to give picks and whatnot, as you see we did with the Dolphins. The Dolphins out here killing right now with everything that we've given them.
What you mean, the Niner juniors? Yeah.
The Dolphins with our picks have got Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle because of our picks. And then because of our team, they've got Mostert and Jeff Wilson.
Who scored today?
Who scored today? And Jeff Wilson balled out today. He was actually their number one back. Yeah. He had the most touches. So
they're coached, Dub. They're coached. He was
they're coached.
Mike McDaniel.
McDaniels. Man,
what's another team that's balling out, Dub? Another team right now. You took that came from Niners. The Jets, right?
Jets. You see what they did to the Bills?
Who's their coach?
Robert Saleh,
bro, our freaking defensive coordinator.
Oh yeah, that's right. And they balling like really balling.
I'm trying to tell you.
And honestly, the crazy thing is, you saw them in the Jets last year. You saw them, even though they didn't have the greatest record, you saw them being a strong defensive team. They just needed a little bit more help offensively. Now that their offense is starting to gain some traction, their defense is already rocking.
Yeah,
Already.
and they fight. They fight hard.
It's fight. But yeah, our coaches that we've been letting slide because they've been getting higher pay and better jobs. No, shout out to them. Look, happy for y'all, but man, I miss y'all because look at the success. Look
We
at
could
the
use one.
success.
We
Look
could
at the
use one from the
success.
tree because Mike McCarthy, man. Mike McCarthy, I don't even want to talk about Mike McCarthy right now. We're talking about the 49ers coaching tree. But yeah, y'all got another one that y'all want to give up? Defensive backs coach, running backs coach, anything.
I can't be trying to give up nothing right now. Right now, I like what we
gotta
have.
go full throttle.
Like I said, I like what we have. Christian McCaffrey was a great piece. The piece that I feel like we needed the biggest to where explosion. Yep. If y'all watching Real Room Service, I want to say about 3 episodes ago that we talked about that. Stick said himself, the way he hits the hole.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The play,
that's amazing.
Vision, bro.
Instant. The vision, especially
it's
after
different.
the catch.
Like those things you can't teach. It's like you can try, but his stuff is just so natural. Like I don't know if everyone really understands. I know after that game, they probably got a real glimpse of how much of an impact and a difference maker that man is gonna be for this team. Like when we signed him for a couple of years, I mean, he's got history with us. His dad, you know what I'm saying? And then Kyle Shanahan's dad, which is Mike Shanahan, them two together, Ed McCaffrey together. Ed McCaffrey played on the Niners. Like Kyle Shanahan used to babysit this man. And now he's running, catching, and passing touchdowns. All right. That's what's up.
That's what I'm saying.
But that's cool. We're gonna segue into this last one, this Debo, real quick. I know John was just waiting for me for this part right here.
Debo
I just don't understand.
Because he's a monster. He's a man among boys.
Where are our linebackers?
Right, I believe you alone. I'll believe you alone.
Hey, y'all rocking this year, John. Y'all rocking this year. Y'all actually looking very solid. And that's crazy for me to say because even though y'all look solid, y'all gonna fall apart in the playoffs as y'all normally do.
If we don't run the ball, we're gonna fall apart. But as far as I'm still like, if we come across y'all in the playoffs, just like with Philly, we have a hard time. We have a hard time stopping running football teams. Like Jalen Hurts killed us.
That ground and pound.
Jalen Hurts hurt us. Y'all don't have a running quarterback, but Debo and Christian McCaffrey, our linebackers aren't fast enough to stop them once they get to the second level. Our linebackers don't shoot the gaps. Leighton Van Der Esch is slow. He's clunky. He's a old 4-3 linebacker. He's not. We need hybrid linebackers to stop those kinds of offensive attacks, and we don't do well right now. So I'm a little afraid if we were to see y'all in the playoffs, it would be a problem.
We can make a trade. We can take a couple offensive linemen off y'all hands since y'all always got the biggest and best offensive linemen in the league year after year. You know,
y'all can take
you know,
never mind.
Dak has all day to throw.
I'm just saying, you know,
because Jimmy be like, even Trey, we don't know.
And that's gonna be. That's what I'm saying. So Christian McCaffrey, Debo's coming back. Debo comes back.
Yep.
We start running a couple reverses or a couple where they run it right across that back line. You know, you think he might hand it off, but he might not. It might be a quick little toss or something. Those things right there. If you mess up, you're not ready. That's gonna be dangerous with us because we're gonna explode. Those Debo Christian, they quick upfield. If you don't guess that right, to the crib.
We got a problem. Our ends don't read the option well. They do not read the mesh point. DeMarcus Lawrence is awful at it. He's awful. He gets wrong against the Eagles. He gets wrong every time. Against the Bears, he gets wrong. He got him one time on a 2-point conversion. He got him once. They left him unblocked, and he read it right. But DeMarcus Lawrence reads it wrong every time. They haven't put Micah Parsons in that second. Well, they have. A few times Micah Parsons has made plays against the read option, but they don't run it to his side because he's athletic enough to stop it. But D-Law, he reads it wrong and gives up a 45-yard touchdown almost every time. Justin Fields. If you watched the last game,
Well, see, Justin Fields is a different character, though. And I'll go ahead and say this myself while we're on real room service right now. In terms of the picks, I wanted Justin Fields. And it's for the reason I'm about to talk about now. His pocket presence and his poise is upper echelon, top tier. Seriously.
They won.
Seriously. So even watch from his day one, from his rookie year and the whole nine. Watch him back in college. He's poised in the pocket. That's why he was able to wiggle today and do what he did against the Dolphins. He don't get flustered, and he might get sacked every here and there, but his line is terrible. So when you're getting rushed by 50 people,
talk about a bad line.
We should have had 10 sacks. We should have had 10 sacks.
But that dude, he keep his eyes upfield, looking to pass. You know,
he gets down,
don't be trying to get open. They don't run with him. When they run with him, he trying to make something happen.
Other than Lamar Jackson, to me, Justin Fields the only type of player that's kind of like that in a way. Because the way that they run is not the same. It's not like, oh, he's just in the ranks of a mobile quarterback. No. That's different. Like Mike Vick was different, you know. Justin Fields is different like that as far as his way to escape the pocket. You know, Lamar Jackson is the same way. He'll hit you with a couple moves that you expect a running back or a receiver to something like that to do. And on top of that, they be big and strong. You know what I'm saying? It's not like these some little 5'8" cats out here, 160 pounds. Like, no, these some big dudes that knock you over if you ain't paying attention. So I agree with you, Deb. I thought we were either gonna get Justin Fields or Trey Lance. I started to feel like it was gonna go towards Trey towards the end. What do you think about it? And I've said it on here. I've cropped Justin Fields' jersey on the Niner one because I really did want him on our team as well. And I feel like he'd be dynamic right now with Christian McCaffrey. So, but I do feel like when Trey comes back, we're gonna have a whole different type of dynamic with Christian.
We are gonna have a whole different type of dynamic.
Elijah Mitchell.
That's gonna be huge different type of dynamic. But like I said, we need this guy. We need him to stay healthy. He has to stay healthy. I'm sorry. He has to stay healthy. This is football. This is football. Regardless of the play calling and things like that, I know we're upset about that as fans. You're going to take hits no matter what. And so far, you ain't took that many hits, and you coming out the game off of anything. That's a problem. We need availability out of anything. So endurance and toughness, that's something I'm going to need him to go ahead and build up and work on, because he's going to be more quarterback sneaks coming for you, Trey. Just so you know. They're good. Look, you know who our coach is. You'll get some read options. You'll get some quarterback sneaks, quarterback draws. So, are you either going to have to slide or you'll be ready to take a hit?
Those plays I'm okay with. Like, those are the ones I'm okay with. I expect that. I just don't like. We were there, dude. It was like 4 or 5 wide.
You're right. You're right.
He had no protection. With nothing.
I mean, look, they did look. They did it with Joe Burrow today. I
heard on like a regular play, like you talking about.
I said the same thing today. They did it with Joe Burrow in the game. I seen it 5 wide. It was like 5 yards away from the first down. I was like, why?
Why? I don't know why people. What? You have running backs. You have all these receiver/running backs, wide back type players like Cordell Patterson, like Debo. You know what I'm saying? Like, why do you put your quarterback in
your quarterback? Your franchise.
Your franchise.
On his shoulders.
Let me give you some points on your franchise.
All it takes is one defensive lineman to beat their man, and your quarterback is crushed.
But you know what? That's what happens. And you have rookie like linemen out there, like just don't even get me back on it. But all right, let's move on. Let's get to let's get more deeper into this playoff prediction, man. Like, there's some teams out here we got to be looking for.
Ooh.
And, for us, the Niners is the bye week, so we can branch off and start talking about what else is going on out here. How do we feel each team is going to be? How do we feel like we're going to line up? As of right now, we're in 7th place, so I honestly feel like we're going to turn this season around and go on a run. That's what the team is expecting. That's what we did last year. Everything feels like last year at this point, except we didn't have Christian McCaffrey. So, so we got the Eagles at
landslide.
Number 1 right now.
They got a landslide to the playoffs. They got an easy walk in right now.
Yeah, they got a big walk.
Besides their division games, which is playing against the Cowboys, one more time, and then
we will get them the second
Giants. Time. I think they got to still play the Giants twice. I don't think they played the Giants yet. So, but besides that,
they play them twice.
They ain't got nobody that they got to play. As long as they keep doing what they got.
Like it was hard. It wasn't like it was ours or anything. Like,
but at the same time, that could be bad for them in the playoffs. They get
definitely could be bad for them in the playoffs. They're not battle tested like that. Sorry, but that's what happened with the Cowboys. They were playing a bunch of whatever. Their division was weak last year, and then they played a real team real quick, and it was like, oh, we needed another week or so to prepare for this. Like, So I agree with that, dude. I do agree that the Eagles, if they gonna face a real team quick, and it could be us.
Look, I've been saying it might be us, and look,
it could be.
We already handled it last day. I don't want to see us again. You don't want to see us again.
That's what I'm saying about us. They played us with Cooper Rush. Dak as a whole other element, especially now that he's running. Well, Jerry said he wanted to see Dak run more, and he ran more. And the first play of the Bears game, the first touchdown of the Bears game was a Dak read option touchdown. Yeah. So they got to respect that now. They can't just line up. And the Eagles played us disrespectfully. They lined up man coverage almost every down, single high safety, and played us man and played the run. They dared Coop to throw the ball. And they were all over it when he did. Now, especially with Tony Pollard about to get more carries, because we saw what he did against the Bears, like shake and bake. You know what I'm saying? Like he's nice.
No, he is. Honestly, I've been wondering about Zeke for a while.
You throw Dak in there, and Dak's arm is better than Cooper Rush too. So I mean, Dak does make some mistakes. Some really bad ones, but he makes mistakes, but he's better than Cooper Rush. So they're gonna have to respect that. We will not see 8-9 men in the box next game. We will not. And CD Lamb is coming to it.
Looking forward to that one.
Oh, I can't wait. We should have got Brandon Cooks. I don't know what just happened during the trade deadline, but we were like seconds away from getting Brandon Cooks. That would have been to us our Christian McCaffrey trade. Okay. How he is to y'all, that would have been for us. He would have been. Right now, we don't have a slot guy. Nobody's in the slot. That's reliable.
Yeah.
Y'all do need receivers.
Wilson. Yeah, like
y'all probably need Odell, honestly.
Jerry, I think that's what Jerry's banking on.
Don't want to go there. Yeah, I ain't on the list.
You don't, but I know that.
I think Jerry will pay him.
The Cowboys
Jerry will show him a check. He'll show him a check that'll probably change his mind.
See, that's the problem. All right, where Jerry keep popping up these checks from? All right, there's a cap on these. There's a cap on these things. Okay, cap. I can't go no further. A ceiling, but yeah, Jerry keep on.
Right? I have no idea, but I'm positive that Jerry is doing everything on the up and up.
That's the same thing. That's the same thing why they got these new rules coming out in the NBA, because for some reason the Warriors and this cap that they keep on miraculously. Look, I ain't gonna even get into the NBA right now.
How are they under the cap? I don't know.
All right.
Another show.
All right. I'm just saying, y'all need to start regulating on these teams, and this ain't baseball. All right.
4 championships later.
They're trying to turn it into though.
That's what they trying to turn it into. That's what they trying to turn it into.
They got to have more because they're giving more guaranteed money to these players now, because
True.
NFL players was the ones that was getting the least amount of guaranteed money. They've been griping, and rightfully so. They're the ones that put their bodies through the most out of all these other sports. So rightfully so, they should get guaranteed money because we know injuries, especially as football fans, quick, just like that. Season done,
over.
So
season.
Yep. And you ain't even got to touch nobody.
Nope. Make a cut, wrong move, your season is done.
You know what? Like with injuries, with like that this many injuries didn't used to happen back in the day. You know, like
I don't think so. Not like that.
Aikman, like all them types of stuff. Like it didn't happen like this. But honestly, I mean, I know it's a lot of factors that go into it because they're supposed to be bigger, stronger, faster. But maybe their shelf life is just shorter because of you bigger, stronger, faster. You know, you pump yourself up so much you can't last forever like that.
Yeah,
and on top of that, you don't play in the preseason, bro. That's what be killing me. You can't just go
play year round
right out the gate, bro. That's what do you
don't play year round. People start getting, into that I'm too good or I'm a star. I'm a vet, so I don't gotta show up to every practice and this and that, And honestly, that starts off from the days of high school, college, and all that, because they let those guys get off with it then. It's like, nah, supposed to show up always. Supposed to put in that work. If you look at anybody that's great, what they told you, always in the gym, always putting it, never stop. Didn't change the work ethic. Work ethic never changed. Just because they got big, because they came and started, didn't change no work ethic. But these other players, I ain't got to go to summers. I ain't got to go to OTAs. I ain't got to do this and that.
They set bad examples for the younger players, the young, hungry guys.
Next, you know, they come back for the season out of shape, winded.
Yeah. And it's saying, you would think we're not professionals. They are. You would think that they would know that you got to play the sport to stay in the shape for the sport. You can't just come back the day before, training camp starts and think that you about to be in shape to beat the guys that are in shape all year round. You can see it on the field. Guys like Adrian Peterson, he stayed in shape all year round, and he played like it all year round. Come back from devastating injuries, and he's playing like a beast all year round. But then you got other guys that just don't take it that serious, and it shows. They got like a 5-year, 6-year shelf life. Get their second contract, and they're done. I don't want to say that about Zeke. I do not want to say that about Ezekiel Elliott, but that's what it seems like.
It's true. Now, you can say about Zeke, because I said this, rest in peace to my pops, said this to my pops a long time ago. I was like, I don't know what happened to Zeke. Zeke, Ohio State running back. I liked him. I was like, man, he beast.
He could pull away from defenders at one point. He could pull away. Would break the line of scrimmage.
Feet, stiff arm, was cold, the whole nine. He was it. And then all of a sudden, like I said, after his first 2-3 years in Dallas, and everybody was like, "Oh, Zeke, he's this, and that." He was like, "Yep."
He got paid.
He got paid.
He went to Cabo and got paid.
I know the answer to both of y'all's questions. What happened was the crop top. Moving on. So, after the crop top, we're gonna go. We got the Niners. We got the Eagles.
Why is it always our players? They got the. It's always us.
Cowboys. So we got the Vikings. We're off to a great start with Kirk Cousins, Justin Jefferson. They out there teaming up every week, looking absolutely fantastic. What do you think they're standing in? How do you think they look come playoff time?
They just added TJ Hawkinson, so I think that was big for them because honestly, Irv, I know I'm still mad you took him from me, but it's cool. They had Irv Smith on their team. Irv Smith, who I thought was going to be good, he can't stay healthy. So for them, they needed that tight end spot. Kirk like his tight ends too. Tight ends are big in the league, especially when you have a good receiving tight end, which TJ Hawkinson is. That along with Justin Jefferson, who's pretty much been their main and only target, which will open up a little bit more for Adam Thielen, which it did today. He just couldn't really get it on target. They couldn't really connect, but he was open quite a bit today, and he got some more targets. I think that'll be good for them, especially because Dalvin Cook, he's a beast back there in the running game. So
Adam Thielen's a good route runner, man. People need to pay attention to that more. If you're really looking for him like they used to, years ago, that man was like top tier. He wasn't dropping nothing.
Oh yeah,
and he was out there serving, like for real. Like
Yeah.
that's
Cooper
a
Cup
great
before Cooper
position
Cup.
to have.
I was
That's
just about
not
to say
even
that.
your number one.
Mm-hmm.
It's
And
amazing, man.
I just don't trust Kirk Cousins. That's the
Trusting
whole thing.
Kirk.
I just do not trust Kirk Cousins.
all the time. This is great.
Trusting,
Oh man. Oh
trusting
man.
Kirk.
Okay.
You like
Okay.
that? You
Mr.
like
Angry
that?
Cowboys fan.
I've seen Kirk from when he was drafted by the then Redskins, now Commanders. I've seen Kirk. We, to the fans that don't know, I live in DC. Cowboys fan that lives in DC. So I've seen Kirk Cousins, the best and the worst.
Yeah.
And you
Hold
can't
on,
trust Kirk.
real quick. Gotta say it real quick. Gotta give a shout out because he got a podcast coming soon called Behind Enemy Lines. So I just want to make sure I throw that out there for Angry's
Appreciate
Cowboy
it, cuzzo.
fans. Y'all Dallas people that want to
Behind
tune in,
enemy
and even
line.
y'all DC people that want to tune in.
It's a lot of us.
He's gonna be out there soon.
So appreciate that, cuzzo. Appreciate it. It's a lot of us angry Cowboy fans here that have to live here and go through this garbage. But I don't, one thing about living here, the Commanders or football team or whatever you want to call them, we've been destroying these guys for like the last 5 years. It's not even a rivalry no more. So
I mean,
I need a Commanders fan on. Oh man,
I understand how you
great.
feel. I understand how you feel because I feel the same way in our division. Besides the Seahawks, I feel like the Niners own our division. When it comes to division games, we beat every team.
Y'all do.
Besides our struggles with the Seahawks, we run through the Cardinals, we run through the Rams.
Easy.
So
I don't get how the Seahawks with Geno Smith. Geno Smith.
Look, hold on.
Geno Smith.
Let's clap it up to Geno. All right.
You gotta give love when it should be given. I'm with that. I gotta give Geno his props, even though the
Where
Niners
did this
still
come from?
We coming again. Geno. So you've been living good because you faced that defense, and you like, oh, y'all not the Niners. That's why you're doing good. Yeah, you heard it here first. That's the only reason you're doing good is because he played us and lost. That's it.
Mm-hmm. He's seen the worst of it. He was like, ain't nobody sending pressure like this. I'm good.
Because at the end of the day, he's Geno Smith. But I'm not going to, not going to disrespect him. But
we can't go off the past.
You can't.
I'm just waiting for him to show up
now. Lately, man, what have you done for me
lately? What
man?
have you done for me lately? And lately, Geno has been actually like he's been balling. Like
he's been looking
y'all
good.
better not let Geno win the division.
He's been looking good. Like, that's the crazy part. I'm talking about he's been throwing smart throws, accurate throws, getting out the pocket. Like Geno's been looking like a whole different person.
That's what I'm saying. He went out the league.
If you never watched him play and you heard him and you watched him play this year, what would you think of Geno?
Oh yeah, you think he's top tier?
Oh man,
you think
Geno top tier?
Top quarterbacks and has been for how he's.
Where has he been?
You'd be like, oh yeah, he's a vet. He's poised. He's got a what? Seriously.
I'm waiting for Geno
he threw that pick. He threw that pick. I think afterwards I'm sorry guys, that life. My son came to come sit.
That they giving him cousins, boy.
But he threw his pick. After that, I think he only had 2 incompletions afterwards. He went like 12 for 14, 140 yards in the tub.
That's crazy because the old Geno would have threw that pick and then threw 3 more in the next 3 drives, like right after that. Yeah. Pick sixes too, like awesome. But what has he been doing? He was out of the league. Where has he been practicing? Like, was he in the USFL or like what was he doing to come back like this?
Honestly,
playing Madden.
I don't know, man. I think I seen him in my backyard a couple of times throwing the football around, throwing it through a couple of tires or whatnot. It must have worked. I'm about to get back out there in a minute. Man.
He might got a twin brother or something named Gene. He's Geno. His brother's named Gene.
Akon was pulling it off.
I'm telling you.
Was pulling it off. Oh my god. Oh my gosh. Oh,
I
you
was
just
just
killed me with
saying,
that,
man.
man.
Look, something did happen to where Geno Smith did turned into a whole different person, and he to revitalize his career. Now, sadly, he's got to be in our division, so he's got to deal with us, and we're going to have to serve him.
So are we
But
putting them in the playoffs? Are we putting Seattle in the playoffs?
I'm not. And the reason why I'm not putting them in the playoffs is because I believe we're going to take the number one spot in our division. And since I say we're going to take number one spot in our division, and with the way the NFC, why do I want to say NFC South? That's your division, right,
The
John?
East.
Y'all NFC South, East.
Nah, we the East.
Yeah, y'all the East. NFC East. I'm tripping right now. NFC East is going. You guys are going to have at least two teams. So one of them is going to end up getting that wild card, and I believe somebody else will get a wild card from a different division. Like the Vikings are
That's
still
doing
rocking
better.
strong. You know, like I said, you still got the Giants that are up there. Giants, Cowboys, and Eagles all
Right,
have combined
all be
like
in the
3
playoffs.
losses.
So it's only going to be probably one team from our division that make it.
Exactly. And that's going to be the team that wins the division, which will be us.
The
It will be
Giants might fall off though. The Giants might fall off.
Yeah, and I was saying that. I was saying I'm not really sold on them, but
I'm not
not
either.
really. Danny
No,
Downs
not
done played some good games, but Geno went there and beat them. So like,
Gino out here beating everybody right now.
Yes, and
did we
it just
play
can't be
Geno?
San Francisco. I know that. It can't. It
If
literally
you
can't.
want to think about it, if you want to really talk about it, I want to say Gino's in the top 10 when it comes to fantasy points for quarterbacks.
I mean, I don't see why not.
Being close to top 5, honestly. He ain't really
That's
making
crazy.
He's
mistakes.
having a heck of a year.
He's been having a
Heck
good
of a
year.
year.
He's been
I
having
can't
a
believe I
good year.
just said that out my mouth, but
No,
Man.
we're talking about Geno
been-
Smith.
Yeah.
we're really sitting here spending
But-
real time.
but
I almost made him the ticker, but
But let's talk about
maybe
football
next
this year, y'all. Let's talk about football this year. Think about records this year in football and what teams are just different in general this year in
Yeah.
football.
Yeah,
You know?
I mean,
Like
you're
the
right
That's
about
why I
when you
can't
talk
hit my
about
Dolphins
parlay.
are rocking.
You know what I'm saying? We're talking about
Dolphins
the
are rocking.
Dolphins,
The Jets, Giants.
yeah,
Like,
Giants. Yeah, like what's going on? I
The
mean, the
Patriots
Vikings are
look
usually
bad.
kind of good, but
the
like
Patriots
the
look
Vikings,
bad, but then they want to look good.
The Bucks bad.
Yeah, the
Bucks look
Buccaneers.
terrible.
Don't know what's going on with them.
Yeah,
I don't know. That's why I
Football
can't hit
this
my
year.
parlays.
gotta let them know about the
Gotta get the
parlays.
I can't hit
parlays.
my parlays. Nothing's
Yeah,
right.
this football this year has been odd. So yeah, Gino having this thing is because honestly, I want to say the Packers, Lions, besides the Vikings that's leading in that division, that if they're all like one game away from each other. If it wasn't the Vikings being in the top of that division, I want to say the Packers are what, like 2 or 3-5, 3-6. The Lions
Yeah,
just beat them, so they're 2-5 now. And it's just, you got the Bears out there. They're like they just won. I think
hanging
they're 3.
around.
Yeah, they're hanging
Hanging
around. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like each team's kind of hanging around. No, you don't just have teams that are just looking real bad this year. Everybody's just kind of, we're gonna win a game, lose a game, including my goddamn Niners.
Everybody's
It ain't
But
all
we're gonna
middle
keep.
of the
We're gonna start winning. We're gonna start winning more. Like I said, we
Yeah.
should be undefeated like the Eagles, but I'm gonna let it slide.
The
I'm
bye
gonna let it
week
slide.
brings about a lot of change. The bye week, either you go up or down from there. Hopefully, we get healthy.
Yeah.
and I'm glad you brought up health because that's us 100%. Like I feel like we're the most injured team, period, for like the last few years. I just feel like that. But
Yeah.
our injuries, all of our injuries, like most of them are coming back. Most of them are like even Eric Armstead is supposed to be coming back. Debo is supposed to be coming back. Jason Verrett, we know we always clear, but I think he's actually possibly going to play. You know what I'm saying? So those are big names. Like even the people that did just come back, they get a chance to heal up even more. Like Nick Bosa, like Mooney Ward. You know, like it gives Jimmy Ward some more time to get more comfortable in his new position at nickel that he doesn't like. But anyway, yeah. But that's important, Dub. Do you think Jimmy Ward's going to be here next year? Because it's the end of the contract form, and I don't. I'm gonna be honest. I don't think so. The way Huff is playing, I don't think so. And
I was gonna say. Honestly, I don't think so. Honestly, our take on defense And especially when it comes to secondary, we don't really keep too many secondary players like that. Even the ones that are like
especially like safeties and all that. And when you got somebody
yeah,
as young and popping as Huff right now, it's
especially
like why
like Huff,
would
Baby
you
Troy.
do anything else different?
We'll take him.
I bet y'all would. I bet you would.
Come on,
Listen,
Y'all
Jimmy.
dog, I
secondary
think you would
cool.
to sign this hat. You feel me? His signature on
Y'all
here
cool in the
somewhere.
secondary, you know.
He gonna sign my scarf.
Y'all getting picks and whatnot. You know, y'all got Trey Diggs out there and whatnot.
Trey, I like.
Hey, I'm gonna just let you know right now. Him matched up against Ayuk is not gonna go well. It would.
Oh, it's not. It's not. It's not. It's not.
He
Ayuk
gambles too much.
He be
He-
routing fools.
He
Well,
gambles entirely too much.
he's a quarterback eye watcher. That's what he likes to do, and that's
Yeah,
what puts him out of position.
a pump fake.
That's why if you were a smart coach, you could go at Trey Diggs constantly because
Yeah.
if you watch film, you watch how much he eye watches quarterbacks. If a quarterback looks a certain way, he will actually leave his assignment. He will leave his
He
man
does it all the
in man
time.
coverage. He will leave his man to
Move
go
across the field.
somewhere else.
Trying
Where
to make a
the
pick
ball's gonna
somewhere
go.
else.
You can bait that all
Double
game.
moves.
You can
Kill
bait
him.
that
Exactly.
all game.
Exactly. All you gotta do is hit him with a double move. It's over
Double
with. If you get a
moves,
smart enough
kill him.
quarterback that can look him away with their eyes, it's
Yeah, you
over
just gotta
with.
look him away.
Over.
Look
You
him
can
away.
literally look him away and be like, "Well, I'm gonna throw a bomb now because that was
I mean,
obvious."
I've seen him literally break off. I'm like, this dude left
Exactly.
this dude wide open.
He wants to make the big play and not just the play.
You
Just
think he's
make
playing
the play.
Madden?
Exactly. He wants a pick six every time the ball comes his way. Just knock it down. But I will
Dog,
say, over Anthony Brown, I'll take 10. 10 Trayvon Diggs. Because Anthony Brown is awful. I don't know if y'all watch him a lot because y'all know. But Anthony Brown is terrible.
No boy.
I don't at number 3 on our team. Every third down in yards, if you watch our games, the ball is going towards number 3. And 9 out of 10 times it's a catch for a first down. Every time. We haven't got rid of this dude. He's been on our team for like 5 years from Purdue. He's fast, but he's like what corner was that? I forget. He was lightning fast, but he just couldn't cover to save his life. And I cannot think of his name. But he's one of those. He's lightning fast, but he can't cover. And those two together can like they cause problems because if a team is a play action team and we can't get pressure on the quarterback and we leave them two in coverage, they get beat a lot.
Yeah.
If we don't get pressure, they can't hold up on the back end. So it's like we down if you do and you down if you don't. Like if we send the pressure and we don't get there, then you better watch out. It might be a 50-yard touchdown on the way.
Yeah.
Pressure.
Wide open.
So it's like,
wide open.
and there's some teams that block us up very well.
I give
We
you
can't
that.
get pressure with just 4 all the time. But some teams block us up real well, and we don't want to blitz because Anthony Brown will get torched every time.
That becomes an issue with us too. The Niners go through that same little flaw. If we can't get our pressure, our secondary will not hold up.
It gets bad. Like you get picked apart, and it's like, what is going on back here?
I'm just trying to figure.
That protection, they schemed around all of our pressure. They actually used Nick Bosa against himself. That
Michael
is a sign
Parsons.
of great coaching right there, boy. My goodness.
Smart moves.
They did Nick Bosa.
Yep.
Okay.
The Eagles got us that way
already, but I got plenty now. Plenty more.
That's why it's the key for us, especially as Niners, is to make sure we keep our strong run game and start off strong. Our red zone numbers, I believe, with Christian McCaffrey are definitely going to go up, and that's our biggest thing. If our red zone numbers can go up, it will be great.
That's not fair to have Deebo Samuels and Christian McCaffrey in the red zone. That's not fair.
Yes, it is.
And now let's not forget George Kittle as a big target.
Oh my gosh, I
Brandon
forgot about Kittle.
Another big target, short hands and route running. And let's not forget, Elijah Mitchell comes back this week too. So I'm just
And
saying.
don't
It's
forget
not fair.
the biggest name of
Oh,
all.
I'm about to cut this show off. Oh,
Choose.
okay. I thought you was gonna say
You see my
Drew Brees.
boy,
Oh
my
my
boy
God.
Cal Hughes
But
back
yes,
there. He's
Drew,
constantly
for sure.
ready. I really want us to use him more because he's a great weapon, great Swiss Army knife. I love Kyle Juszczyk.
Man,
Keep
yes,
rocking, big dog. Keep rocking.
yes,
Keep
yes.
rocking, please.
This guy's Pro Bowl. Like, why? I don't understand why we don't use
He's
him
a
more. But
beast. He's a
whatever.
beast.
That's for another time.
I
We're
need
gonna have to
people to
get on
start
here.
realizing how fullbacks can really be utilized and be strong. Like, people don't remember. I want to say what was his name, Gary O'Neal. I want to say from the Chargers, and then
Moose
oh yeah, Moses
Johnson
nice.
from the
Yeah.
early '90 Cowboys,
Mhm.
leading the
No,
way
it
for Emmitt
was some.
Smith.
People like to say Peyton Hillis was a running back, but I consider him more of a fullback. You know,
Yeah,
it was some people out there,
Mhm.
that fullback position can be cute, it can be huge, the key, because a lot of defense don't pay attention to it. They just think it block, 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 block. That's
you
empty.
can spread them out.
Screen them out. Quick little clear out, flat run,
Yeah,
quick
motion them
little
out to the
run
end of the
play.
line.
Quick little run play up the gap, especially when they know how to when they know how to run. Oh my God. It opens up a lot because now the team has to really be like, watch that little guy right there, right behind the line. No, not the one that's 7 yards deep, the one that's 5
The
yards deep.
ones, but everybody has gone to the passing and cute running and out of
Yeah.
the shotgun, and everybody's cute and doing all this cute stuff. Nobody wants to hand the fullback the ball for 2-3 power yards no more. I don't get it.
I would do it in the red zone all the time,
All
bruh.
the time.
I'd be having all the cute stuff you talked about going on, and I would just hand it to the fullback.
Little quick handoff.
Every
Take
time
the
I'd be
pitch
having Debo
right to
in
the
the
fullback.
backfield and
Right to the
McCaffrey in the
fullback.
backfield. I'd
Sitting
have
right at the
IU
gap.
running across, or better yet, I have Ray McLeod coming across, fake a pitch to him, have
And just
Juszczyk
hand it
right
right.
there on the ends like
Hand
a
it
tight end.
smooth
Right across,
off.
bruh.
Tell him to dive
Either
over the pile.
or call the play, fake it, and then just have the line push up some. He just fake like a block, come off of it real quick, and man,
Take a
little
quick handoff.
curl.
The fullback is always the first guy through the hole.
Little shovel pass. Like, I would use Juszczyk, so man, he got hands, toe tap, catch it. Come on,
Y'all got too many
man.
weapons.
Come on, man. We do.
Yeah,
and
I was just talking to Sticks
understand
about
Shanahan
this,
got a
about
lot
all
to
our
do with.
weapons. I'm hoping that we don't become too cute with all these weapons. That's one thing I do
That's
hope
been your
that
concern.
doesn't
We've talked
happen.
about this. That's been your concern.
Trying to get everybody the ball.
I'm really hoping that doesn't happen because honestly, we have a strong team that we can beat people on the gridiron. We don't have to be too cute. The cuteness is fine, little fancy
And that's not
plays.
even
That's
our
fine to
style.
throwing some trick plays here and there. But honestly, we're tougher than majority of these teams, so we can beat them from the line, from the run, power run downhill. Let McCaffrey hit the hole and then bounce it. Throw some play actions in there. That's where Jimmy G strives. When we can start off good with the run, oh my God, Jimmy G thrives. He thrives. That play action is a murder because you have to respect it.
Same with us.
Respect because our line shifts, and when you see our line shifts, it's like you got to run with it.
You in trouble then.
If you don't go with it and we hand that ball off, we're going upfield.
At least 10-yard chunks.
And then when you do go with it, and like I said, it's a play action, you got Kittle right there. We got McCaffrey in the flats waiting for it. Or you got Ayuk deep waiting for it. Or you got Debo in the mid waiting for it. And that's what it all starts with that nice, tough run. It's going to be
and that's important, especially with, like you mentioned, Kittle. He's a great blocker. Kittle's a great blocker.
He does it all.
It sets up that play action even more perfect because if you fake a run towards Trent's side, as you said, you got to respect it, right? Like big time, you got to respect it.
Big time.
If you got Kittle on that same side and he curl around off the play action, it's like 3 levels of players. There's the Kittle level, there's the flat level with Christian McCaffrey, there's the Debo level that's going a little bit deep. And it's just so much that he can do. And last week I was very happy. He got cute one time. I'm okay with that.
Yeah, that was
one trick play, cool, because they usually work when they work. It's usually a touchdown.
Yeah,
and that's what ended up happening. But
that was
yeah,
fine. I
man.
mean, and plus it was highly unexpected. That's when it works, when it's highly unexpected. But just don't
Mhm.
when it's constant. That's when it becomes a problem. I don't want it to be constant.
And it looks
Yeah,
sloppy when it don't work.
we get cute.
It looks terrible when it doesn't work.
We get cute. We throw the ball entirely too much. When we played the Bears, we ran the ball effectively. I forgot the numbers, but Dak is like, I think he's only lost about 2 games when we run for under 100 yards.
Mm.
Like his win percentage is really high when we run over 100 yards because the play action works.
Yeah,
Dak is
yeah.
another quarterback. You can't really tell him to go out there and win the game. He can't. He can, but he kind of can't. Like his decision making under pressure, Dak throws some bad balls, bad decisions. He throws ducks. He's late a lot of times. He's high.
Mhm.
So when you want him to go win the game with no help, he can't. With help,
Facts.
the running game, if it's not on his shoulders and we can rely on our running game to get a 2nd and 6 first down, we win. We play action off of that, we win. But when he drops back and throws the ball 45 times a game, we lose every
Jimmy
time.
would never.
But see, but
Every time.
that's what we talked about. Remember, if you watch the first episode of Real Room Service, after Trey got hurt, we talked about the playbook. We were being cute with our playbook with Trey. A lot of different read options, double reverses.
They was all
Like,
runs
Guards pulling.
And they were all runs, but they were runs that were taking forever to come out of the
to
backfield.
get started.
Getting
Yeah,
started.
Phillips was already in the backfield.
We don't need to do all that. Just because you got all these weapons and people that can run and do this and that, you don't need to do all that. As soon as he left, we went straight, easy run plays, eyes, powers, quick slants.
Everything got cute. The NFL is cute.
And once we did that, our running game took off again. And then it opened up the play action.
That's why I blamed him. He calls the plays. Well, all of a sudden, there's passing plays when he goes. What? I don't understand. This guy has a better arm than Jimmy.
No, seriously. Seriously, no, that is huge though.
Remember though,
I just hope it changes by next year, man.
Remember, Mike Shanahan was the reason RG3 got hurt.
Yeah,
I know. Trust me, I know.
Father and son. He was the reason RG3 got hurt. 5 wides, 4 wides.
Take off. Take and run. What? How is that creative? It's not
in all the history
which
of
way
football,
you want to run and just go that way.
In all the history
no matter
of
what's
football,
happening over there, just run that way.
The team that was tougher, that can ground and pound, was the team that won.
Yep.
That tough defensive team and that can ground and pound, the team that won.
The playoffs. That's what the playoffs are about. It's bad weather. It's cold.
Thrive in the playoffs because we don't pass the ball.
I mean, you can only outcoach a team so much. You can only outcoach a team so much. At one point, you got to line up and see who's just tougher than the other.
Yeah,
players got to make plays.
Exactly.
Got to make plays.
Got to make the plays.
At the end of the day, you're going to put a person in position so many times. You're going to have to do something. So
you got to beat the man across from you.
You got to just trust it. You got to put it out there and you got to trust it. And that's just how you win the game.
That's what we fell apart in the playoffs last year against y'all. We didn't trust what we did. We tried to match what y'all did, and got stomped for real. That last drive, that game was over way before that last drive and the clock thing. That game was over. We got punished. We tried to match with y'all
on y'all team.
Huh?
Y'all had an extra player on y'all team though. Jimmy G. Jimmy, he played for y'all. I'm being real. We should have smacked y'all.
Tried to give us the game about 4 times.
So maybe he did throw quite a few picks that game, but
we just wouldn't take the help.
We're not gonna just get it Jimmy G like this, all right?
We wouldn't take the help.
We're not gonna just get it Jimmy G like this, all right? He's trying. He's trying. He takes so much slander. You know what, Sticks? You know what, Sticks? Where's your co-host? Because I want to talk to y'all about last show. Y'all said y'all felt like Jimmy G gets too much slander, and then y'all just went down to slandering him. All right, don't treat Jimmy G like this. Like that, I felt like they was about to do something nice. Like, let's talk something nice about Jimmy. Then they just went down.
Nice is a sentence or two. That's it. It's a sentence or two. He had that good game last week.
It was punishing Jimmy.
Well, you know what that means. I'm just saying, bro. All I'm asking for is consistency. Do I know Jimmy's capable of beating the Rams and playing like that? Absolutely. So to me, it's like, but you know, it was a good game.
Yeah.
I can't say anything bad about it. It was a good game. Actually, I can say something bad about him. He almost threw a pick. But still, I'm not gonna, he threw it. It was right in front of his face, bro. Like, it's just a dumb pick.
No, seriously, that's what I'm saying. He does. It's those times where he throws it and he throws it, and you're like, I know you see this man right there in front of you. Like, it's like y'all made eye contact. He's like, "You ready? You ready? All right, I got you.
I got you right."
And those be those suspect plays, Jimmy. Those be those real suspect plays.
I be watching the game. I be watching y'all games. And I be like, man, I know Sticks and Dub just went crazy.
Because usually Jimmy's picks, his picks ain't never just like, oh, it got tipped up by somebody or hit somebody in the helmet. No, it'd be like he makes eye contact with the defender. Like, are you ready? Are you set up?
Oh my god!
If he hit him right in the numbers,
even the ones that he does something good, like he'll evade pressure, roll out to the right. Oh my gosh!
I'm thinking about a great play about to happen.
And then the ball's in the air. It's still in
Three
the air.
defenders.
you should have just hit the sack.
3 defenders.
Everyone comes home. The janitor catches it with a Cowboys hat on. It's like, oh, I guess we got it.
That'd be the worst too, because he'll escape, right? And he'll do that wind up like he about to bomb it for a tub, like he really seen something. 3 defenders. 3 defenders.
A wobbly pass with no velocity. I'd be like, what? All the wind up, you even got to run and start.
I'm telling you, I be telling. Oh my god!
I'm not.
He come through with the heat.
Hey, look, I appreciate y'all, man. We go into this thing. I appreciate y'all. We're gonna do a basketball one too. Where I gotta have y'all on.
Don't worry, Jimmy. I'm still on your side.
Hopefully, my other coach J-Rock can be here. He couldn't be here today, but we're gonna keep it rocking. So I appreciate y'all. I appreciate you, Dub, for showing up.
Yes, thanks for having me.
Cowboys fan, for dealing with us Niner fans today. I know it was tough. You had to watch the clip. Honestly, the clips came out of nowhere, and
I just don't understand. It's still happening.
I'm just like I said. It's still happening. This room service, man. We out here.
Yes, sir.